Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to install a Windows server and configure Active Directory. Stay tuned. In our previous video, we learned how to set up the Hyper-V environment, creating a NAT network and setting up a virtual machine. Let's install Windows Server. To install the server, right-click on the VM and select Connect. Wait for it to load. Now choose your language and keyboard settings. Then click Next and select Install Now. Here, you will see four options: Standard Evaluation Desktop Experience, Data Center Evaluation, and Data Center Evaluation Desktop Experience. The Standard and Data Center options without Desktop Experience do not include a GUI interface, meaning they're only command line. We want the desktop experience version, so we want to go with standard evaluation. Now, why not data center desktop experience? That version might be more suitable for large-scale data center environments, which we're not dealing with right now. So we'll choose standard evaluation. Click Next. Accept the license terms. The rest of the installation process is similar to installing any other Windows operating system. Wait while it installs. So while the server is installing, I'll also install Windows 10 machine. We'll need it later. Make sure you install Windows 10 Pro or higher, since they support joining a domain. So I will select Windows 10 Pro, then click Next. Accept the terms. Now set a password for your server. When you first open the VM, you may see, or you will see, a display configuration pop up. This lets you choose whether the VM runs full screen or windowed. I usually just click Connect and leave it as default. Now we are inside Windows Server, and Server Manager should open automatically right now. So this is the Server Manager. To create a domain, we first need to install the Active Directory feature. To do that, go to Manage, Add Roles and Feature, click Next, click Next, click Next. From here, we're going to select Active Directory Domain Services and hit Next, hit Next, hit Next, and install. It might take a bit of time. Once installed, we need to configure it. You can either click the configuration link that appears or find it in the notification bar in case you close the window. Since we're creating a brand new domain, we need to create a new forest. A forest is the top level, is the main domain structure. And from that main domain name, you can branch it out and create subdomains. For example, if my domain is alisamit.com, this is my root domain name or main domain name. And from this domain name, I can branch it out to, let's say, us.alisamit.com or uk.alisamit.com. And then each of those subdomains can be branched out to even more subdomains. For example, hr.us.alisamit.com or finance.us.alisamit.com. So all of this is called forest. So pick Next. And over here, set a directory services restore mode password. This is different from the login password. It's used to protect critical domain level changes. Click Next. Next. The NETBIOS name is what appears when signing in. It's the short domain name. Click Next. 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 And we're good to go. You can see the green check mark here, click install, and it's on the way. It might take a few minutes though. When prompted to reboot, that means the installation was successful. So while the server is rebooting, I'm going to set the Windows 10 machine up. After rebooting, you will see the NetBIOS domain name on the login screen. For the username, put administrator. And the password is the one that you set during installation. If you go to local server, you can confirm the domain is now configured. Now let's create a user. To create a user, go to Tools, Active Directory Users and Computers, go to the user container. There are 3 ways that you can create a new user. You can either right-click on the user container, New, and User, or you can right-click on the pane here, New and User, or you can click this icon on the top bar so that you can create a new user. Go ahead and give it a first name and last name, and give it a logon name, which is usually the first initial and the last name. Click Next. Here you can give it a password. Make sure it meets the password complexity requirements, otherwise it will fail. I will show you how to look at the password complexity policy. You can choose whether the user must change their password at the logon or not. Click Next, Finish, and the user is now created. To view the password policy, search for Edit Group Policy. Hit Enter. If this doesn't work, open Run and type gpedit.msc. It should work. I don't know why the first method didn't work. Under Computer Configuration, Windows Setting, Security Setting, Account Policies, and Password Policy. Over here, you can see the requirements for creating a password for a user. Now let's join this Windows 10 machine to the server, to the domain. First, we need to assign it an IP address so it can connect and communicate to the server. Go to Network and Internet Setting, go to Change Adapter Options, right-click, go to Properties, and select IPv4. Give it an IP address. For the DNS, it should be the IP address of the server. And now it discovered the network. This icon will now turn to connected. Let's check the connectivity. Let's open Command Prompt and try and ping the server. It did not work. All right, so let's do some troubleshooting now. Let's go back to network setting. Let's go there. Let's see what we did wrong. So 192.168.1.11. Okay, everything seems correct. So what went wrong? Okay, so let's check the server. Oh, we didn't assign an IP address to the server yet. That is the issue. All right, so we'll leave the DNS IP address to this, which is the internal IP address, and to connect to the internet, we can give it the Google's public IP address, and now it should solve the issue. All right, let's open Command Prompt again and try to ping 192.168.1.10. And now it's working. As you can see, we are receiving replies from the server. Now let's see if server can talk to Windows 10 and 192.168.1.11. And as you can see, it does not receive any replies from Windows 10. Now this is a firewall issue. So to fix it, go to Windows 10, open your PowerShell as an administrator, and type the commandlet set net firewall rule, and then display group, and then in quotation, file and printer, sharing, and then hyphen enabled true. All right, let's try it again. Let's ping Windows 10. Here we go. Now it's receiving replies back. Now, the reason why this icon hasn't changed yet is it might need us to ping an outside IP address. Let's try Google's public IP address, and now it should change. Yep, there we go. So let's close it. And now that Windows 10 machine is connected to the domain and both the server and the Windows 10 can successfully communicate to each other, now it's time to connect it to the domain. To do that, go to Setting, go to Systems, go to About, and go to Rename this PC Advanced. Click Change, click Domain, and now type the domain name. If you see this, it means that it could connect to the server. Put in the administrator credentials, which is the same as the one you use to log into the server, and hit OK. And welcome to the allysomeIT.com domain. Now we're connected. Now it wants us to reboot, but before that, I want to change the computer's name as well to Win10. Alrighty, so we're good. Now we're going to restart the computer for the changes to take effect. Alright, so after rebooting, as you can see this option here, click it. And now I'm gonna try to log in with the user that we created earlier in the server. So the initial was A, somebody, and then the password. If you get a temporary login error, wait a moment and try again. So we're just going to wait and retry. Nope, not yet. Nope, not yet. Okay, so it's taking longer than expected actually. So let's let me see what we can do. Let's restart it again and see if that fixes the issue. Okay, let's see. No, not yet. So what I'm gonna need to do is I need to go and add that user in the remote access group. So let me see. Okay, it's right here, remote desktop users, and see if that fixes the issue. All right, so let's see. Nope. Nope. Let's reboot it again. All right, let's try it again. Nope. All right, so I'm gonna need to do something else. It's weird because I added the user to remote desktop users and it's not working. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to log in as an administrator and then manually give this computer remote access. So go to Setting, go to Systems, go to Remote Desktop, and enable Remote Desktop. And then go to User Accounts and add the user that we created in the server. So hit OK, and now it should work. Let's sign out. Here we go. Now it worked. All right. Now we are in. If I go to the server, go to users and computers, and inside computers, I will see Windows 10 now joined. And that's how you set up Active Directory and join a client machine to the domain in a Hyper-V lab. If you run into any issues during the process, leave them in the comments. See you in the next one.